Welcome to TaxBandits, an IRS-authorized compliance-driven e-file solution. Form 1095-C is an IRS information return used by applicable large employers to report details about the health insurance coverage offered to full-time employees during the tax year. It includes information about the type of coverage offered, employee eligibility and enrollment, and helps the IRS administer and enforce the employer shared responsibility provisions under the Affordable Care Act. TaxBandits provides a secure, self-service e-filing platform that enables employers, businesses, and tax professionals to prepare, review, and file Form 1095-C accurately and on time. To begin filing Form 1095-C, navigate to your ACA dashboard. Click Start Filing next to the applicable employer, or select Start New and choose 1095-C. TaxBandits supports filing for the current tax year as well as up to 3 prior tax years. Select the appropriate tax year and click File Form 1095-C. Next, choose the employer from your address book or click Add Employer to enter details manually. You can file your 1095-C forms as a single submission or in multiple separate submissions depending on your organization's workflow. Enter the total number of 1095-C forms you intend to file for the selected business for the 2025 tax year, then proceed to complete Form 1095-C. Part 1 captures identifying information for both the employee and the applicable large employer member. Select the employee from your address book or click Add New Employee to enter details manually. Accuracy in this section is critical, as the IRS uses this information to match the form to the employee's individual tax return. Part 2 is the core reporting section of Form 1095-C. It details the coverage offered, the employee's required contribution, and any applicable safe harbor or relief codes. Information is generally reported on a monthly basis, although consistent full-year information may be entered using the All 12 Months column. At the top of Part 2, enter the employee's age as of the reporting year. This field is especially relevant for individual coverage HRA reporting. You'll also enter the plan start month, which indicates when coverage first became available during the calendar year. Report the applicable IRS-defined code that describes the coverage offered for each month. In this example, Code 1E is entered for all 12 months. Code 1E indicates that minimum essential coverage providing minimum value was offered to the employee, and at least minimum essential coverage was also offered to the employee's spouse and dependents. This reflects a comprehensive offer that satisfies ACA standards for those months. Enter the employee's share of the lowest cost self-only coverage that provides minimum value. This is not the total family premium and may not be the plan the employee selected. The IRS uses this amount to assess affordability. If the monthly contribution remained consistent throughout the year, you may enter it once under all 12 months. Report any applicable safe harbor or relief code. In this demonstration, Code 2C is entered for all 12 months. Code 2C indicates that the employee enrolled in the coverage offered. Enrollment generally protects the employer from potential employer shared responsibility penalties for that individual during those months. When Code 2C is used, an additional affordability safe harbor code is not required for the same months. Line 17 is completed only in specific situations, such as when certain affordability safe harbors require reporting the employee's zip code. If Code 2C is entered on line 16, line 17 is typically left blank. Part 3 is completed only if the employer offers a self-insured health plan. Fully insured employers do not complete this section because the insurance carrier reports enrollment separately using Form 1095-B. If the employer sponsors a self-insured plan, list each individual who was covered for 1 or more months during the year, including the employee and any covered dependents. For each individual, provide identifying information and indicate the months of coverage or select full-year coverage if applicable. This fulfills the employer's obligation to report enrollment in minimum essential coverage. After completing the form, click Save and Add Another to enter additional 1095-C forms, or select Save and Continue if submitting a single form. You will then see a summary of all 1095-C forms prepared. To add more, click Add New Form 1095-C. Form 1095-C is designed to reflect changes in employment status and coverage offers throughout the year. For new to mid-year hires, reporting in Part 2 must accurately reflect each month's circumstances. Unlike full-year employees, where entries may remain consistent across all 12 months, new or mid-year hires require month-by-month code selection. You can click View Codes within TaxBandits for guidance in selecting the correct option for each scenario. After all 1095-C forms have been added, click Continue to Form 1094-C. Form 1094-C serves as a transmittal form and must be submitted with your 1095-C forms. Click Complete Form 1094-C. Much of the form will auto-populate based on your completed 1095-C entries. Complete Parts 1, 2, and 3, carefully verifying totals, aggregated ALE group information if applicable, and monthly employee counts for accuracy. When finalized, proceed to state filing if required. If no state filing is needed, continue to Form Distribution, where you can select how recipient copies will be delivered, including postal mailing. Next, review your forms. TaxBandits performs an internal error check to identify missing or inconsistent information before transmission. Once your forms pass review, proceed to the filing summary and check out. To complete your order, acknowledge the credit card usage authorization, then select Pay and Transmit to submit payment and transmit your filing. Upon successful processing, your forms will be securely transmitted to the IRS. For a streamlined, secure, and IRS-authorized approach to Form 1095-C compliance, filing, and distribution, visit TaxBandits.com.